We're doing our thing. The weather's getting cold. It's getting windy. What's going on, guys? Hey, by the way, we're live on YouTube. Go to YouTube and type in Lou Info, like, subscribe, and you guys can chat away.
We got a doozy of a show lined up today.
Yeah, we do. Josh Schertz coming on at 9:15.
How about that?
How about that?
Slew in Fordham.
Yep.
Tonight.
Yep.
Slew on a bit of a run. Blues win. Cardinals finally do something they've been talking about since 1917, and that's
been a while.
deal NATO.
It's been a while. I feel like we've been talking about that for quite some time, and finally it happens. So, just a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff.
Now it's up to you to cipher through it. Is that the right word?
I don't know.
And figure out what to start with.
Well, I would say Arenado.
I'm with that.
Yeah. I mean, you look at his time here. What do you think about the time he's been here? I mean, the beginning is it was such a good ordeal, and he comes on and he dominates, and he was unbelievable at third, and then it kind of just falls off a little bit. Like, how do you look back on it, Jimmy?
Played 5 years. 2 were great. 1 was pretty good. Very yeah. Last year was he's going to be 35 in April, and he gets traded to Arizona for Jack Martinez, a young pitcher who was just drafted out of Arizona State. Numbers kind of pedestrian for his college years. Wasn't in their top 30 prospect list, but a guy who's got a live arm who had control issues. So we don't know what he's going to be. And the Cardinals will pay $31 million out of the remaining $42 million on Arenado's contract. I did a podcast yesterday with Gibson and Holiday. Holiday said it was a steal for Arizona, and Lance Lynn said he wouldn't come on because he was disgusted by the deal. But it tells you, I think, where Arenado is in terms of, the desire to have him. And look, the Cards were trying to find a landing spot. He had a no trade clause, so it works out with Arizona. Fresh start for him. Holiday thinks in that ballpark it could be an uptick for him offensively. I'll say this about Nolan Arenado. I got to watch some of the greatest defensive plays I've ever seen by a third baseman. I've seen some good ones. Roland.
Yep.
Watch him do it. And I saw a guy who, to me, was a total pro. There were times where he wasn't hitting. He still talked, put the blame on himself. Total pro, nice guy. Move had to be made, so, it's a tough spot for Heim. But now, basically, if it's a reset or a teardown, I would say it's kind of more of a teardown. Maybe not a complete gut because they have a lot of young talent coming back. But Heim did his conference call presser yesterday and basically said, look, we're going to be a young team going forward. We think we can be competitive. Still might be a move or two. He's not ruling that out. He said he didn't know what it looked like. But that's where the Cardinals are. So, I mean, to me, it's going to be Weatherholt.
It's your time, baby.
It's going to be the young guys.
It's your time.
I don't know what they're going to do with Donovan now because I still have a feeling they would like to sell high with him and get more pieces for the future because they're pretty honest about that. This is a process and it's not going to be an immediate improvement with this ball club.
Man, oh man. Yeah, Arenado thought he was going to come here and win, try to win. Things have changed a little bit, I guess.
He's friends with Goldie, right? And they get
Goldie, two monsters.
They get to me, and look, there's plenty of blame to go around on that. You could say they both went off the cliff together in terms of production offensively, and there's truth to that. You can also say they didn't do enough in terms of supporting cast to build around them, which is also true. But I just felt like at the time, you get those guys in the middle of your order. We're not just talking about, state-of-the-art offense. We're talking about two of the best players defensively at their position, middle of the order guys. And it just never fell into place. And then after a couple seasons, both of them dropped off. And here we are.
Is Arizona a good team? Are they kind of, were they in it?
They have pieces. I think they're good.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're winning anything, but
Henry's already starting off hot on this here text line. I'll read a couple of these. Rock, the only person giving themselves a self-congratulatory hand job is yourself by trashing and bashing the Cardinals fans who believe in the best fans in baseball. You spent last year whining. We had a Hall of Fame third baseman. Ooh, he's already. Now you celebrate after we're paying $31 million. No other team in 5 seasons have paid that many players not to play on their damn team. The Cubs get Bergman, and you're celebrating losing a Hall of Famer.
I think it's Bregman.
Sorry about that.
No, I think he probably did he misspell it?
No. I can't. Yeah, Bregman.
Reed.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it is.
Oh,
Thank
sorry.
you.
Thank
you.
I thought it was him.
No, it wasn't him. I'm going this way. Okay. Hi, everyone.
Jim's hat. Jim needs to be in just both shots apparently. So
what's the problem?
What's up?
your hat's in Cam shot.
You want me?
I was trying to tell Cam.
No, I'm good. I'm like this thing. I'm comfortable. What's up, Rock?
It's a good hat, by the way.
Jesus Christ.
What? Henry?
No, Jim pointing out his hat.
Oh, yours?
Oh, it's a good
Is
hat.
he gonna attack me again? Jeez. This guy.
He's actually been pretty good so far. He's been pretty good today so far.
I've been on that
yesterday.
I've been on that
Yesterday.
85. I'm in that 85% of the world that he hates.
Oh, my.
It's a great hat.
Oh.
What's the hat from?
Oh. He's
My
got.
kid's baseball team.
Wow, you're people
Oh.
baseball.
Man, oh, man. Yeah,
Don't worry,
Rock-
you'll never have children.
Never. That's okay. That's okay.
You don't want the kid to be in the 85% that you hate.
Honestly, that's my biggest fear about having a child is raising a kid who sucks. Sometimes
You would love the kid no matter what.
Sometimes I meet people. Sometimes
Jimmy,
I love them, of course, but sometimes I meet people and they suck, and I just go, "Does their parents know they raised a sucky human?"
Yeah.
And my worry
No,
is
they
that I
don't.
would raise a sucky human, and then I have to walk around the rest of my life being disappointed that I raised a sucky.
And you're not always going to love your kids.
Does this mean that
You're not always going to love your
Does this mean that Tyler's not welcome to come into the show anymore if he hates kids?
No, he is.
I didn't say I hated kids. I said I'm
Just
worried.
mine.
I'm worried. No, I didn't say I had no
No,
problem
he
with
was a
Tyler.
kid.
Tyler's a great kid.
All
I'm just saying
He is
one
a
of my
great-
then we're
biggest
good.
fears
Then we're
about
good.
having a kid is that my kid will suck.
Yeah, I agree with that.
No,
I agree with that too.
I'm not saying I will think they suck. I'm just saying that they will objectively.
And it's a
suck
small
as human.
percentage, but there are parents that hate their kids and are like,
some people,
what the hell did I? Oh,
some people just suck. Some of them listen to this show and talk about us on Twitter. Some people just suck in the world.
okay.
And I'm worried that my kid might be one of those people.
I don't mean this in a ghoulish way.
I get you.
I don't mean
Thank
that.
I do.
Thank you.
I don't mean this
A nightmare.
in a ghoulish way, but I do. But like if you're in the Reiner family, you knew you had a kid that sucked.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
come on.
All right. I just threw that out there to make a point. But I would say most parents, most parents are kind of blind to the fact that maybe the kid is blind.
Yeah.
Most parents are.
It's in your face, and you look the other way. There were signs.
But
there
you're-
are always signs.
But you're
Go look in their room and just
but you're a
explore little
parent.
bit.
And it's your job to try to put the kid on track. I'm not talking about the kid that has drug problems and the mental problems, but a lot of parents can't see that. And a lot of them, look, parenting is hard, but I think a lot of parents are like, he's got to be my best friend. Sometimes you got to tell the kid, listen, Rock's right about you. You know, you're not a
You
good
need to calm
kid.
down.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm worried about raising a bad person.
I get it.
Fear.
Boy, that is a nice hat.
I get you on that.
It is.
Oh man.
And it's a nice 3/4 zip
Yeah, look at that
for a
3/4,
company
baby.
that may or may not continue.
Don't know.
It's a little helping.
There's a lot of
hand.
problems, man. There's
Let's
a lot of
go.
problems going on. Selling off everything, FanDuel stuff. Like, god dang.
Now, Rock,
Gino says we had a shell of a third baseman. We had a shell of a Hall of Fame.
He was pretty dang good the first couple years.
look. First off, I think
Is being good 2 out of 5 years good.
you're not even 35 yet if you're Arenado. And last year he was really, really good defensively. Now that's half of what you need to be if you're Nolan Arenado. Not a great fit here. If you can have an uptick offensively, right, in Arizona, where you're sort of productive, you're not Arenado productive, but you're productive. They're going to get a good third baseman with someone else footing the bill. So for Arizona, I think it's a pretty good deal. If you're the Cardinals, you had to tear stuff down.
And he did a pretty good job.
And no one, I don't think anyone is celebrating the demise of Arenado or writing him off that he'll never be good again. It's for this particular ball club, they had to make some tough decisions. Otherwise, if you keep trotting out the same stuff and it's not working, then it's on you. So I understand what Heim is doing, and they're going to go younger next year. He said he's not done making deals.
I was going to say.
I think, look, you could say they need another starting pitcher. I'm not going to argue with you. Can never have enough starting pitcher. I'm talking about a legitimate in the rotation veteran guy. I also think, and he talked about this in his Zoom yesterday, you kind of need a veteran presence in terms of position playing. Maybe not a guy who's playing every day, maybe another right-handed bat. And I think that's on their to-do list as well. But we'll see how it goes. I do think the big takeaway from Arenado moving is that unless Weatherholt falls on his face at spring training, he's not only making the roster, he's starting, and they're going to find a spot for him, and they're going to let the young guys run.
Rock, if you're Heim Bloom, what's your move?
A right-handed hitting outfielder.
See, we agree.
Oh my God!
It's pretty obvious. You can't really they've hit the literal amount of pitchers in major leagues. They kind of have them. They have a full pitching staff. I'm not going to speak to its quality, but by the sheer numbers, they have a full pitching staff. They might need to sign another reliever if they do trade Joe Barrow, but they already kind of added a lefty specialist. They can just shift Riley O'Brien or Matt Swanson to the closer role, so all they need is another setup man or a middle relief guy, whatever have you. I would probably go with Swanson because I need you guys. He just reminds he seems like a heftier Kevin Seegers to me, and I was obsessed with Kevin Seegers. It's like if you can be a power pitcher, but your power comes more in your spin movement than just pure power. I'm obsessed with those kind of pitchers, and Swanson just seems like he's got that kind of Seegerist, just the punch and the movement in his pitches just gets guys.
He was trained as a closer in the minors, because guys that are closers in the minor leagues never seem to work out that they're successful closers. And he came up and it was this guy was a closer, leverage pitcher in the bullpen in the minors. And he came up and he was nasty. He's got the right makeup too. Really a soft-spoken guy, just a regular. When he's on the mound, he morphs into something different. They have pieces from the bullpen. After they shed Maton, and got rid of some guys last year, then they said to the young relievers, "It's yours." They actually were better.
Yeah.
And they have pieces now to deal that have value. JoJo has value. Donnie has value.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking, let's get something for next year that can help us, that for someone who's under contract, that can help us beyond that, the Cards now have some room to move. I just
don't see the Giants being an actual option for Brendan Donovan. What are they going to? What are the Cardinals going to take?
Seattle?
If you look at the top, and again, the thing with prospects is you can't the team who the Giants have rated as their 8th best prospect. The Cardinals might view as their 4th best prospect, or vice versa. They might view the 4th best prospect as actually the 8th best prospect. So we can't 100% go up. But just taking what we have, look at the top 30 prospects on the Giants page. And it's single A middle infielders and outfielders all up and down their prospect list. There's no power outfield prospect. There's Bryce Eldridge, but why would they trade Bryce Eldridge for Brendan Donovan? They have catcher prospects. Why would the Cardinals move for them? They have a lot of young pitchers, but they have a lot of pitchers who are AAA guys who are 24. Is that who you're really is enticing you to trade away Brendan Donovan? So I'm not listen, Jeff Passan does not tweet rumors very often. Jeff Passan tweets news. And so Jeff Passan tweeting out a rumor that the Giants are making moves for Brendan Donovan is, in the grand scheme of reporting in baseball, not nothing. That is a real report with some legs to it. But I just look at what the Giants have, and I can't figure out what they could be enticing the Cardinals with unless it is Bryce Eldridge, which would just shock me, because why would they not move on with Bryce Eldridge, considering they have Rafael Devers and they're not really that infatuated with Devers, and their plan is to platoon Eldridge and just use Devers as kind of like a buffer if Eldridge sucks. But like, why would you give up a 6'7" power first baseman prospect when power is the one thing you don't have, the one thing the Cardinals don't have? So I just don't see a Giants deal happening. And the Mariners, listen, Dipoto likes to trade. You'll hear that from a lot of people. But the thing about people who like to trade and who like to hoard prospects is they usually end up getting obsessed with the top prospects. And they just go, okay, how about these two guys from the milieu? Why would the Cardinals trade for two guys from the milieu instead of, as we were talking about yesterday, a big-name guy? But if the Mariners don't want to give a big-name guy, Cardinals aren't going to make the move.
Well, they have time because the objectives were getting rid of the big-ticket guys. Done. And Donovan has value, and as guys come off the board, Donovan's value increases. And look, I agree with you about passing. Look, this guy's state of the art. But just because a team is throwing trade proposals at a team doesn't mean the team wants to make that deal, right? A lot of people were saying Arenado's going to the Angels, right? I mean, that was like and I actually said it on Twitter, like, if I'm Arenado, I know he was on the Angels were on their, his list of teams he'd accept a deal to. I don't know if I would take that as a landing spot.
But I think the Diamondbacks thing happened because of Friday. As soon as they said we're not trading Ketel, they became a contender, and that's when things opened.
I get it. I'm just saying things change quickly, and they did in this case. And just because the Giants are throwing proposals at the Cardinals, look, I agree with you about the minor leagues. Now, have I seen all these guys play? No. I'm looking up stats. I'm looking at their scouting reports. I don't think they're a great fit for what the Cardinals are looking for. So maybe that won't happen. Just because a team is interested in making a deal for a player doesn't mean they can pull that off. But that's the next step to drop is, what are they going to do with JoJo? What are they going to do with Donovan? They have time, though. Because they got
Gorman.
So I was talking about this on Cardinal territory. I think it's Gorman's. I think as it sits now, could be wrong, Gorman's at third. I think Weatherholt is at second if Donovan's moved. And I don't know where Rock is on this, Rock, but if Donovan's still there, would you be wrong? I mean, I would rather have Weatherholt at second, where everyone agrees that's the most comfortable fit for him. And Donovan can play third base and move all around too.
Or maybe even left field.
Yeah, I mean, he can move around. And that way Gorman gets some at-bats, Donnie gets some at-bats. But they're still intrigued by Gorman, even though he was not good last season. But that kind of power potential and he's still a young man.
How old?
What is he, 24?
Who?
Gorman.
I think he actually might turn 25.
25.
Still young, and they are just intrigued by what he can
turned 25 in May. My apologies. So he actually is going into his age 26.
Yeah, I
season,
mean,
being honest.
Yeah, it's
which is pretty much your make or break.
Put up or shut
yeah,
up.
yeah. The cutoff line. They're sending $31 million with him, essentially saving $11 million over the next 2 years. We are paying Newt $5.25 million a year. I'd rather have kept Nato for that. Got nothing out of that trade. What about that pitcher? 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
I mean,
high ERA
if you look at his numbers at Arizona State, you're like, oh, he's got
Arizona
a good fastball. But the numbers aren't great.
Well, apparently the majority of his ERA is he got absolutely turned inside out during the College World Series by like a really good UCLA team and a really good Arkansas
But he had
team,
control problems.
But he had control problems. Yeah. But like a lot of his ERA is literally getting his ass just driven into the dirt by UCLA.
My get lit up one time like that. I mean,
my point is he wasn't in their top 30 prospects, but he hadn't played in the mind. He hasn't played professionally one inning.
He's got a big fastball, and apparently he's got a nice changeup with it. And honestly, you tell me a guy's got a good fastball with a solid changeup on the back end. I'm okay. Hey, I'm okay with you pitching an inning every once in a while.
As Kyle Gibson pointed out, we don't know what this guy is, so don't judge him yet. But you have to judge. That's what we're here for, is to judge. It doesn't seem like they got a whole lot. It does tell me that based on the limited amount of teams that Nolan would accept a trade to, there wasn't a whole lot of return being offered. But Heim accomplished his mission, which was to shed those guys, and he shed them. And for Contreras, I was also curious, who's gone. he said he didn't want to go, and apparently they talked to him, they worked it out, and he's gone. So now you got plenty of spots, and now you see
Starting
what
over.
comes
Yeah.
next.
Rock, it's called target market. You want to trash diehard fans who have passion. You don't care about baseball. You said it yourself. It's not your number one sport. You're out of touch for season tickets. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the last.
He
part
doesn't
was.
like you.
Um,
What are you doing to this poor kid?
not caring about baseball and it not being my number one sport are two different things.
What'd you do to him?
What
happened
between
between you
I
two?
made fun of people who call themselves BFib. That's what I did, and he cannot stand that. He cannot stand that. And honestly,
If that's what you have to worry about,
honestly,
it's not that big.
The thing I'm really shocked about is that somebody who lives in Chicago has thin skin and can't take a joke. Shocking.
Man, oh,
Shocking that somebody
man.
from Chicago is acting like this.
Well, there's a lot of people in Chicago. Some can take a joke.
Some can. Just like
It's a big city.
Just like when I go to England, not everybody has bad teeth.
You're right.
Not everybody.
You'd think that cold of a city, he'd have a little bit thicker skin.
That is.
And he always brings up.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, Jim Leland called them the best fans in baseball. The commissioner used to call them the best fans in baseball. Yeah, usually when he was standing in front of a crowd of St. Louis people. It's called playing to the audience. Or
I don't know why I'm so rattled about
your
it.
point.
Can I be honest?
Targeting the market, if you want to put it better to your previous chat.
Crazy.
Can I be honest about it? Okay. Some of the Cardinals that I've dealt with away from the camera, away from the microphone, Sea of Red would have a joke. Sea of Red, like mocking. Okay.
Who would do
But
that?
but most of them, some former players.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying who they are.
Oh, so former players, instead of perpetually lauding St. Louis as the best fans of baseball,
let me finish.
some former players make fun of it, but not publicly.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that happens.
I'm not going to name him, Scott Roll.
Can't believe it.
Listen.
Wow.
But listen, and he did it in a good-natured way. But most of them, I'm telling you, most of them talk about St. Louis as being a great place to play and the fans being really great, being special. A lot of them would say,
I've never said St. Louis are bad fans.
I didn't say you did.
Or not great fans.
I didn't say you did. I'm just
That's the
weighing
thing.
in on the topic.
It's
I'm just saying.
Can we all agree that a city being like, we're the best fans is just the dumbest thing in the world? There's like 10 cities that say that. You're not special. Like this thing, my thing is about the universe is like nothing is as good, nothing is as special as you think it is, but also nothing's as bad as you think it is. The world is as it has been for thousands of years.
But you're the guy that just said no
so
one in
deep.
Chicago can take a joke. I know you were being sarcastic, but here's my thing. I would say of all the fans, I've been in other markets. I'm telling you, Cardinal fans travel, and are the Cardinals one of the best fan bases in baseball?
Yes.
In my mind, without a question.
It's a fine
and
statement.
And that goes like from players over the years. Like I said, some will have a little fun with it. I'm not saying who, even though I did. Yeah. And then most people will agree, the fans in St. Louis may be at the top of the list.
Yes.
Now, that doesn't mean that you're the B-fibs and you get to hold a banner. I'm just saying that's what the facts are, at least according to the guys who play in front of them.
Still don't get why he's that mad about it. I think Rock did something else. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Something else is going on.
Literally just that
That is unbelievable.
It's literally just that I made fun of the beef.
I mean, come on.
That's literally all it was.
Oh man,
It's literally I made fun of the B-fib and admitted that I'm not obsessed with baseball. I did those two things, and those were sins in his mind, and I will be punished for them.
It's like Hockey Bob told you were.
Yeah, but it's kind of like Hockey Bob, where it's just like it's not.
Rock doesn't like Hockey Bob so much that he didn't eat the Chick-fil-A.
None of them are good or well-crafted arguments, but I can slap him down pretty easily.
You do say that Billikens basketball fans are the best fans in college.
Never said
He did say that, didn't he?
You did say that. You did say that.
He tweeted it the other day.
We're not going to lie on the radio. That's what we're not going to do.
You said that Schertz is the greatest human being on earth ever.
We're not going to lie on the radio. That's what we're not going to do.
Oh, of course we are.
We're not going to lie on
That's
the radio.
what we're paid to
Jimmy.
do. We're paid to do.
We're not going to lie on the radio, Jimmy.
The best fans in college basketball. The best part of the Cat Rock feud teeters on real and not put on for the show. It's the best. Sometimes I wonder how much is not just for our entertainment.
You'll never know.
Oh, I mean,
I gotta say, what you see is what you get on this show.
No doubt.
I'm not lying.
No
what
doubt.
you see is what you get.
Yeah. And it's been that way for years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, Lord. By the way, we got Josh Schertz coming on at 9:15. 9:15.
I gave you a couple questions.
Jimmy hooked me up with a couple.
What you see is what you get.
I wrote them down in my little book. I honestly
wrote them down in my little book.
I thought about writing down questions. I don't want Cam.
No,
I don't want Cam to ask regular questions. I want Cam to ask Cam questions.
No, but I don't want. No, we don't.
He likes. He's into that. I know you're.
I don't know him yet.
Yeah. Okay, fair
we get him. Let me. I'm just. You're gonna have to run. You guys got to run the show.
That's fine.
I'm gonna bring him in. I got a couple. I was gonna say, but I'm gonna start off with Big Buzz around St. Louis.
Look, he's got a little book.
Big Buzz around St. Louis. I know there's a lot of games left, but that's got to be.
I see now.
And then tell him the one I gave you.
Okay. Avila. Avila seems like a really smart player. He coaches on the court. Tell us about it. Is he one of the smartest players you've ever coached?
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Now listen, Rock, because I wanted to bring this up before we get to that.
Two.
Because this is for us to put our big boy pants on. So first of all, he's your guy. So I'm going to acquiesce. Is it okay if I still ask questions?
Oh, I'm not. It's the interviews for you guys to be the main show of it. I'm here.
No. I mean, I'm
here to ask like one or two questions.
No, I got my questions too. But
I don't want them to go. I want us to get a lot out of him. Questions I ask, he'll end up giving like a really in-depth answer, and I kind of want to keep it a little bit lighter.
Okay, but still, I want to acquiesce and respect to you because you cover them, even though I watch them, even though they're not ever on FanDuel.
ESPN Plus.
And but after Cam does his "How you doing?" and brings the guy in, and
Josh Schertz. Josh, how you doing? Josh, how are you?
Yeah. After he does that, can I say, Coach, can we clear something up right out of the gate and ask about Rocky? Because that's fun. Is that okay? If you don't want me to, I will not.
Should we do it at the very beginning or
yes.
very end?
No, very beginning. Because here's why.
Jim,
you can bring
do it.
Because I knew you guys were going to make this a thing.
But,
of course, you want to make it. If you want to make it fun,
thing.
you just said you want to make it fun and funny. But that's part of it.
That's fair.
But out of respect to you being there every day,
you can do it.
I would ask if you said no, don't. I would never do it.
I was never going to be the one that brought it up, but I had a feeling when I got him on the radio that we would eventually at some point bring it up.
I just feel like one.
So I'm just going to bring him in, and you go right to that. Right?
No, do your normal Cam thing. What'd you have for breakfast?
How are you?
Yeah. But Rock, in all seriousness, like I wouldn't ask if it puts you in a bad spot, but it is part of what we've talked about on the show. Secondly, I also think it's out of left field, and we'll let him know we're here to have a little fun.
Yeah,
right.
I'm with it.
Okay,
yeah. Cool.
Works for me.
Cool. 9:15. Josh Schertz. Not going to mess that up. I met him. Nice guy.
I met him too.
Yeah.
I wonder if he would remember me meeting him. Like, he has no idea. He has no idea.
Yeah, but these coaches, man, they seem like they would. They meet
a lot of people.
Yeah, but they're smart.
Listen, you could be doing a one-on-one interview with a guy you met 17 times, and he'll close by saying, "Okay, thanks, guys. It's just me here." What? Like,
yeah,
you have to understand. These guys have a lot on their mind. So I've interviewed him. I've met him a few times. I'm a fan of his. I was a fan of his from the first time I talked to him at a Cardinals game.
Guy. Yeah. So,
plus he makes me look tall.
I was thinking that did he play basketball?
Tennis player.
Tennis.
But he just loved the game.
Yeah. So
you can ask him.
I think he started high school. Then he was on like assistant coaching staff, and he went to some D2 school, and he like over a 10-year period, he had the highest winning percentage of any coach in America. Did you know that?
He was already doing some coaching when he was still in college. So he went to Florida Atlantic to play tennis, and he started helping out at a school at Lynn University in Boca Raton. So while he was still a student at FAU,
What was the D2 school he coached?
well, Lynn University was D2, but then he
was head coach.
eventually becomes head coach of Lincoln Memorial.
Never heard
in
of
2008, and they're one of the best D2 teams in the
right.
nation.
And over that
and he
stretch,
was there for 13 years.
Over that 10-year stretch while he was there, highest winning percentage of any coach in the country.
He starts helping out at Lynn while he's at FAU. He finishes up at FAU, and then he has one more year at Lynn, and then he goes back home and gets a job at not back home. Sorry, he gets a job with was it Queens University in North Carolina, Queens University of Charlotte, North Carolina. He's there for a couple of years as an assistant, and then he takes over High Point, where he's an assistant for 5-6 years, and then he gets the Lincoln Memorial job. He's there for like 14 years.
What does he make now?
He has an incredible run, probably $2-3 million.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Because those assistant coaches at smaller programs don't make nothing.
Oh, yeah.
And
so
you
he
know what?
grinded it. He grinded it.
And he bet on himself.
Yeah.
Within a current 10-year period we're talking about right now from this day, the man will make $7 or $8 million. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Damn, good for him. You know, he did grind it though.
Yeah. Definition.
You got to grind. Learn a lot. Be there. Be a sponge.
Wife is like, can't you get a job that makes money?
That's the thing. You're getting,
honey.
You're driving you're barely getting to practice because your car's acting up.
Because you're driving a 69 Vega.
It's ticking, you know. Can't fix it because it costs too much money.
And you know what he says now? How you like me now?
Yes.
Because that
Put the work in.
That program is kicking.
He's never lost a game in his career by like more than by 30 points or more. It's the funny because we're talking about all these huge wins. He's like, I've never really lost a game by 30. Like that's impressive to be a head coach since 2008 across multiple D2 programs and never at any point just have to come across like an absolute slobber knocker that throws you like that. That's an unbelievably
that Fordham, right? Yep. Not great, but they're coming off a win against St. Bonnie's, and I just read they got a kid who is coming off a 31-point outburst that's picked up his scoring. I don't know a lot about him, but anytime you're playing a conference game, you're going to have your hands full, even though I don't think Fordham's ever good.
No, not really.
Ever in any sport.
Yeah, they don't really ever mess around. They're 10-7 this year. But to your
1 and
point,
2 in conference.
Yeah, 1 and 3 in conference play. But to your point, if you take out the schedule, they took out St. Bonaventure 81-77 on Saturday evening.
But
they had already lost to Dayton by 7, Richmond by 8, and George Mason by 9. So those were and those last two were home games. And they were so they were away when they took down St. Bonaventure. That was a good little game. But I don't think if the Billikens play their game, they'll be fine. DeJour Reeves is the name of the player who scored 31, 6-foot guard, 31 points on 9 of 17 shooting. So 12 of 12 from the charity stripe. That'll help you win a game. You go 17 of 18 from the charity stripe. That'll help you win a game. But the Bonnies are scuffling a little bit more than people expected them to.
But they're always solid.
They are.
Who was the best player ever at a St. Bonaventure? I'm thinking Bob Lanier. Is that right?
Ooh.
St. Bonaventure?
Let me see.
I don't know why I'm thinking Bob. Bob Lanier was a great NBA center for many years. Giant of them.
When did Charlie Spoonhour coach?
Spoonball?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. I was before
but he was all over the place. I feel like even as a kid, I remember seeing his name everywhere.
He had slew kicking.
Really?
Yeah.
Those are good years with him?
Yeah.
Bob Lanier would be the best.
So that was St. Bonnie's.
Yes.
NBA Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Far and away the best.
It's over. Henry. Henry's still going after you, and somebody else went after you. This is kind of a mean chirp, too. Want me to read it?
Is it on the chat or the
It's on the text, which is 314-590-3770.
There it is.
How did that conversation go last night when Rocchio had to ask Rachel for the money for the bet he had on the Cardinals over-under wins? I bet she gave him a long list of chores to do that to earn that $100. That is just wow.
Who said that?
314. I don't know who it is because they've only chimed in a couple times.
It must suck when
God
it
almighty,
must
that
suck
was deep.
It must suck when women will only sleep with you if you make a lot more money than them.
Oh,
Like not having the
damn
like
good. That's a
not
damn
having the
good. Yes,
or
yes.
probably hair,
And they use you.
To actually attract women on your own.
Yep.
That must be an unfortunate way to live life, and that has made you jaded. And I hope life goes better for you after this.
Wow, damn good rebuttal. Take that. It's true though. Spending all your money. They're going on girls trips.
When people make jokes about that, it's like I can't decide if they're too stupid to understand the concept of women making money or too ugly to get women without proving that they make more money than
I think
them.
he's taking a shot at you as an NHLer.
Son of a.
I think all of a sudden, Gritty's hanging around the house.
Doubt.
Once your playing days are over,
about me.
Hey, his playing days are over, and look what he still got.
Oh, exactly. She stuck by me.
She locked in and said yes post playing career.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what are we talking
when I
about
wasn't
here?
doing
What are we
good.
talking about
When
here?
I was at my lowest point of my life,
And she said
by
yes.
a mile.
I know, but there are
look at-
mascots hanging around.
I look at Cam and go, my God, that guy has game.
Yeah, you dang right. You're dang right. Oh, but if you don't have game, you might need some help.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
If you
Cam.
don't have game, you might need help. Oh, I got the answer for you. Blue Chew, baby. Blue Chew, let's go. Hey, Blue Chew Gold is the newest innovation from the #1 chewable ED brand. This ain't your grandpa's little blue pill. This is the 4-in-1 beast that's setting the gold standard for performance. We're talking 2 ingredients for your blood flow and to keep the rocket pumping, mixed with apomorphine and oxytocin
There it is.
to turn up that arousal and connection with your brain and your body. Hey, this is peak passion and peak performance in a single tablet. And I got a special deal for all y'all out there. You get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold with code HTC2. That's promo code HTC2. All you got to do is go to bluechew.com and check out the details and the more important safety information. And we'd like to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this here podcast. Thank you.
Good job, Cam. And you know what? Good job, Brock, because Brock is like your live read hype man.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Good job.
Tell him what time it is.
By the way, just to correct something from
Know who's really good
Jim
at that?
Hayes,
Yeah.
tonight you can catch the Billikens game against Fordham. If you don't want to show up in person, which you should because it's going to be a great environment, you can watch the game on FanDuel Midwest.
Is that right?
Yes.
They played home tonight?
I think it's like 19 or 20 games or something like that.
I
on
might
FanDuel.
watch my
Because
first
I
game.
will watch it. But here's the thing.
Like,
every
every time
time I go to watch him on FanDuel, they ain't on there.
And
And I'm wearing FanDuel gear.
And you said
That's
that,
right.
and you said that multiple times, and yet during the game that you're speaking of, I've looked in locked eyes with Tom Ackerman as he sits at the table calling the game for FanDuel. So sometimes I'm just confused.
Listen, I know Tom. Tom will sometimes go to the game and act like he's broadcasting.
And
He's just staying sharp
But the
because
sad
Tom
part is-
Ackerman works.
But the sad part
does.
is he gets
You're
Troy
right.
Robertson and Tamar Scher there.
Yes.
And he makes them do the whole broadcast.
Yeah.
The whole crew gets together and they work it.
You know what? You know what it is?
Live game scenario, baby.
You know what
Yep.
it is? He saw what Signetti could do with Indiana, and he said, "This is what I got to do with my damn TV crew."
She just won the award, didn't she?
She did.
Yep.
Congratulations to Tamar.
Yeah.
She was
Dang
down in
right.
the city on Monday because she's
Working.
everywhere. She's everywhere.
Working,
She's everywhere.
grinding it. Okay, let's go to break. We'll be back. This is Hot Take Central 2.0.
This hour of content on the Lou Information Station is brought to you by Grandpa Pigeons, Johnny Mac's Sporting Goods, and Becky's Carpet and Tile Superstore.
Hey, see that, kids? That's the St. Louis Arch, the gateway to the West.
The Lou Information Station, where we'll always call it Highway 40 or Highway 40 if you're a boomer.
St. Louis expression?
Stream our content 24/7 at louinfo.com. The Lou Information Station.
Introducing the Key STL Burger Bar and Boogie, your new home in the Grand Center Arts District. The Key STL is where the music plays, the game is always on, and the dance floor is open. The Burger Bar features the ultimate smash burger experience with premium pasture-raised local beef and a dozen house-made sauces to top it all off. It's the Key STL Burger Bar and Boogie, 3225 Olive in Midtown. Before, during, or after any game, this is the spot, St. Louis. Find out more at thekeystl.com.
Hockey parents, be honest. Are your tournaments this season feeling a little unpredictable? You've planned the weekend, booked the hotel, hauled the gear. You deserve a tournament provider that's as organized as you are. And that's where Big Bear Tournaments comes in. No guessing games, no mystery matchups. We proudly list every registered team right on the website. You always know exactly who's in your division. There's great competition, clear communication, and zero last minute. Your season smoother. Check out your next tournament at BigBearTournaments.com.
LouInfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown and Crouppen, 222-2222.
Your LouInfo.com news report. The St. Louis City Justice Center has new leadership. Commissioner Nate Hayward, who took over last fall after decades in the county system, is working to shift the jail's culture. One of his most notable moves was hiring former Oversight Board Chair Daryl Gray as that facility's first chaplain in years to help with care and accountability. A woman is dead following a shooting in unincorporated North St. Louis County. Police responded Monday night to the 3700 block of Ave de Paris Avenue, where they found a woman suffering from a gunshot wound. She was pronounced dead at the scene. The homicide investigation is ongoing with tips to Crime Stoppers. GameStop is continuing to close stores nationwide, including 5 in the St. Louis area. 3 have already shut down, and 2 more are set to close today, according to the company's store locator. GameStop said the closures are part of an ongoing review of store performance and market conditions. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com and the free Lou Info app, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. We've got a chance of some snow flurries for a while, but they'll be tapering off toward afternoon. We have that cold front moving through, temperatures dropping into the low 30s by later on today. Wind gusting at 30 miles an hour. Breezy, 20 and clear for the overnight hours. Sunny and mid-30s on Thursday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com and the free Lou Info app.
Hey, St. Louis, looking for high-flying action and electric energy? Grab your crew, hit the road, and experience a Grizzlies game night in Memphis. An unmatched atmosphere and star-studded NBA matchups are waiting for you just down the road on I-55. There's nothing like Grizz game energy, and there's nothing like being here with 19,000 new Grizz Nation friends at FedEx Forum. Dive into the action. Follow the Grizzlies on social media and visit grizzlies.com/tickets to grab your seats today. That's grizzlies.com/tickets.
All right, Cam, be honest. New Year's resolution still holding strong?
Not so much, Kat, but I did decide on one thing that I'm sticking with. Making home life better in 2026.
And that's a good one. And if better includes more fun, more time outside, and less stress, then you need to talk to Merrimack Pools and Outdoors.
Absolutely. They build backyard escapes, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, the kind of place everyone actually wants to hang out.
And now's the perfect time to plan. Don't wait until summer hits. Start now, get it designed right, and be ready when the warm weather shows up.
Merrimack Pools and Outdoors walks you through the whole process, from design to construction, and they do it the right way.
So if your New Year's goal is fewer trips, fewer crowds, and more memories at home, go to SplashSTL.com.
That's SplashSTL.com, and make this year the year your backyard finally wins. That's SplashSTL.com.
At Commercial Technology Solutions, we are all about solutions. We pledge that our sales staff will listen carefully to your needs and propose a solution customized to your business. Our services and tech support are second to none. When you establish your relationship with Commercial Technology Solutions, you can have confidence that your tech needs are in the hands of St. Louis's best. Contact them in Missouri at 314-421-3550, in Illinois 618-452-3550, and online at ctsphone.com.
Back to more of Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Janssen and Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
These 2 men here, are they with you?
On the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7.com.
Yeah, baby, let's go. 8:49 in Kirkwood, Missouri. We got Josh Schertz coming on at 9:15. We're doing our thing, Hot Take Central 2.0. Cam Janssen, Jimmy the Cat Hayes, Matthew Rocchio. We're going to clear that up today, too. You know, the Rocchio thing.
You know what? It dawned on me.
Put a stop to it.
It dawned on me that Rock is a SLU guy, and he delivered shirts. So thank you, Rock.
Yeah.
I'm a Cardinal guy. I delivered Ollie. What do we, Rock? What do we? What's going? What do we?
Big Al called in.
You got Big Al. Okay, Rock got Schertz. I got Ollie. You got Big Al.
You think you could? You got a little text for our new between the benches reporter for the St. Louis Blues.
Oshie, baby.
You got a little number for TJ Oshie.
Yeah, I do.
Let's get TJ Oshie on.
Oshie, baby.
TJ
I think he did a
Oshie
pretty good job. He looked good
I think he
in
looked
between.
great.
He looked really good.
I didn't hear him, but he looked
good look
great.
for camera. You know, I was wondering why he wasn't partying like the night before. Oh, he had to do some work the next day.
I don't think he parties.
I don't think he
ever
parties
has
much
ever
anymore.
Ever.
Ever did. He was. I was going to say because I don't think he did the after party last night. So I'm like, I forgot he didn't even mention he was in between benches. What a cool thing because he came in, got to see that, and then you're working too. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I agree with Gino's sentiments, obviously, but I think I disagree with this one, Kat. Donovan's value will go down. They don't move him before the season. You won't get as much at the trade deadline. Well, that certainly could happen. Listen, he could have a bad year at the plate. He could get injured. Teams could just not have that need crop up. Technically, you're trading less control at the deadline than you are now in the winter. So maybe a little bit to that point, but I mean, pinching people at the deadline for a little bit more value is pretty tried and true. So I don't know if it's necessarily true that they won't get as much at the trade deadline. They might not, but if Donovan gives them 112 OPS plus through July, I don't know why it would lower his value.
So anytime you are going to hold all your cards until the trade deadline, there is a risk of you not. But I would say, first off, right now, the more infielders come off the board, the higher value Donovan has. And then if you don't make a deal now before the deadline, a need always seems to crop up for a team with things to trade, right? And so I would say you're probably going to get just as much, if not more, at the deadline, but you never know that for certain. And like they signed Stanek, relief pitcher, 34, St. Louis born, bad last couple of years. He throws hard too. They like the guys that can reach 100 miles an hour. But he has really good postseason resume. Like he's been really good in the postseason. A veteran guy who's been there. Nice addition piece to the bullpen. And if it doesn't work out, that's a guy you can flip. So there's different kinds of currency in Major League Baseball, but certainly things that you can flip before the trade deadline during the season has a lot of value.
What high school is he from?
I don't know. I didn't look that far.
Got to ask that question. Got to ask that. I don't think Jimmy understands that, but
no, I do.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a St. Louisan because I didn't go to high school here, but my son was born here.
You're dang right.
Sorry.
You're dang right he is.
That's what I tell people. 5 years here.
But it is true, though. When I do talk, I always, it just pops in my head, and I ask it because I'm just curious. Where'd you go to high school? Oh, okay. You grew up in that area. Interesting. That's all. I'm not judging.
It's St. Louis is different for a lot of reasons. One of them is, even though a lot of young people like, I'm going to get out of it, I'll go to Chicago, whatever, they come back. If I went to my hometown, now my hometown is Nyack. It's not a big city. It's a town. But no one I went to high school with lives in Nyack anymore. Like,
why?
Because no one goes. It's New York. There's
yeah.
I just think there's
because people from the Midwest don't move back. Because people who are not from the Midwest don't move back the way Midwestern people do. It's why
people move back to St. Louis.
We always talk about it's like for something about St. Louis, and it just has for some reason the girls who grow up here become obsessed with living here. It's why Gretzky lost that fight. It's why it's why you can see him at the front neck Starbucks randomly multiple times.
I saw him at the gas station down there. That crappy ass BP.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is for some reason something about St. Louis, people love staying here or
they
moving
do
back here and raising the family here. I think it's the parochialness of the city.
Define that, please.
It's just everyone's in their neighborhood. Everyone's got their clique. Everyone's got their niche. Everyone's got their area.
Yep. You got options with different areas.
You got your friends. You got your family.
Yeah.
And Midwestern people just don't seem as good as just moving away and
It's still a
restarting.
big city.
Yeah.
It's still a big, small city. If you need to make money here, you can. So you know what I mean?
Stanek attended Blue Valley High School
that
in
at?
Stillwell, Kansas, but he was born
Okay.
in St. Louis, which makes him a
He's
native.
not one of us.
Makes him a native St. Louis.
He's us.
He's one of us until mid-July when they ship him off for a prospect.
Oh,
I mean, it's just he built. I love the Stanek deal and the Dustin May deal because he builds them the same, which is we'll have you for a year, and then if you have a super good year, we can trade you at the deadline, and we gave you a nice little option that if you have a really good year with your new team, they don't even have to worry about re-signing you. They can just go, hey, we'll give you a little bit of a bump because usually the teams we're trading you to are the Dodgers or the Yankees or the Mets. So the Phillies, $8 million bump for a starting pitcher that plays well for them. What's that for the Dodgers? Chump change. Dustin May's going ahead and go from 12 to 20 because he pitches so well for them. Stanek goes from 3 to 6 or 2 to 6 or 3 to 7, whatever the jump is. Those deals are perfectly built. Ship them out in July. Get whatever you can. Continue the rebuild.
And plus, for Stanek, a guy who's got good postseason numbers, he's perfect for that. It's, again, another form of currency that Heim is stockpiling. So if the Cardinals catch lightning in a bottle and they're good this year, he's there. And if things aren't headed for the postseason, you flip them. They got guys to flip.
When things, let's change the phrase there. When things aren't headed for the postseason.
You know,
what?
You were saying, tell me about this segment, Cam. Well, this segment is brought to you on behalf of Delmar Mortgage. If you're thinking about buying a home, exploring a refinance, or just trying to understand where the market fits into your plans, Delmar is here to help you make a confident, informed decision. They will walk you through real numbers, show you the cost of waiting, and help you understand when refinancing could actually benefit you and when it might not. No pressure, no guesswork, just clarity. Delmar Mortgage has been helping families since 1966 right here in St. Louis, and now across more than 40 states. Are still family-owned, still focused on transparency, and still committed to making the mortgage process feel simple, not stressful. If you'd like to see how much you could save or simply get a clear picture of options, start with a free quick quote at saveinthelou.com. Again, that's saveinthelou.com, because better decisions start with better information.
Individuals may have been compensated for this message. For licensing information, visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org. Delmar Mortgage, NMLS ID number 30998. Delmar Mortgage is an equal housing lender.
Yeah, baby. Okay, let's go to break. We'll be back. Hot Take Central 2.0.
Hi, it's Jennifer Bordeaux, and I am here with Edward Jones financial advisor Bethany Schell. Bethany, when it comes to choosing a financial advisor, what should people really be asking?
Jennifer, I think the first question is simple. Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Your goals, your family, your future, it should always be personalized.
So it's not just about numbers?
Exactly. Life changes, and so does your financial situation. You want someone who will be there with you, working with you to help keep your strategy on track.
What if someone is brand new to investing?
That's the best time to start. Use an established process to create a personalized strategy backed by advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we make sure you have access to the information you need when you need it.
I love that. So it sounds like financial planning is really about living life on your own terms.
It really is. I believe feeling rich isn't about hitting a magic number. It's about having financial strategies that support a life you love. Because the key to being rich is knowing what counts. Contact me today at 314-648-2020. This is a paid-for ad by Bethany Schell at Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 888-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
The Lou Information Station, 590 AM KLIX, Wood River, St. Louis.
News. I'm John Summers. A ruling on President Trump's tariff plan could come from the Supreme Court today. The justices heard the case in early November. President Trump says cities which provide sanctuary to illegal aliens will lose federal funding February 1st.
During a speech in Detroit Tuesday, Trump said starting in February, his administration will not make payments to sanctuary cities or states that have sanctuary cities, claiming they, quote, do everything possible to protect criminals at the expense of American citizens. 12 states and 5 of the country's biggest cities have laws prohibiting cooperation with immigration agents. I'm Monica Nelson.
NASA is preparing for its first ever medical evacuation from the International Space Station. The 4 members of Crew 11 are expected to undock from the ISS later today, with splashdown set for Thursday morning off the coast of California. The crew was supposed to return in February, but officials decided to bring them home early after one of them fell ill. A judge blocked the Trump administration from cutting Planned Parenthood's Medicaid funding, ensuring clinics continue serving patients while legal challenges move forward. Top White House officials are meeting with the foreign ministers of Denmark and Greenland as President Trump ramps up his talk of acquiring Greenland. Today's meetings over the Arctic island take place at the White House and involve Vice President J.D. Vance along with Secretary of State Marco Rubio. A major winter storm set to impact at least 25 states starting tonight. Intense snowfalls expected to be seen from the Lake Michigan shoreline in Michigan to the Illinois-Indiana border. Meanwhile, snow showers are in the forecast this week for as far south as North Carolina and Tennessee. Higher elevations may get up to a foot of snow, while lower elevations could see up to 5 inches. From American News Network, USA Radio News.
Commerce moves fast. Your business should too. If you're not on the first page of search results, you're losing customers. Out of sight, out of mind is true. Don't let that be you. iLocal.net has helped local businesses dominate search results since 2009. For a limited time, iLocal.net is offering a free website analysis to improve the online presence of your business. Local business owners across the U.S. turn to iLocal.net to improve their search engine rankings. Search engines are constantly changing their algorithms. You need the professionals who know how to use those changes to benefit your business. Don't hope for new customers. Get found and be chosen. Call 888-699-2407 for your free website analysis. Don't wait. Call 888-699-2407. That's 888-699-2407. For your free website analysis, call 888-699-2407.
News reports on the Lou Information Station are presented by Brown and Crouppen.
So what's your name?
GetBC.com.
You're going to need lawyers, right?
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It should not be based solely on advertisements.
Not sure how to get a lawyer after an accident? Call Brown and Crouppen. We'll walk you through it. Worried it'll cost too much? Here's a fact. At Brown and Crouppen, you pay nothing up front, and we never get paid unless you do. When you're our client, you'll have all your questions answered, all for free. Hurt? Get the facts and help you need. Call Brown and Crouppen now.
All right, Cam, be honest. New Year's resolution still holding strong?
Not so much. I on one thing that I'm sticking with. Making home life better in 2026.
And that's a good one. And if better includes more fun, more time outside, and less stress, then you need to talk to Merrimack Pools and Outdoors.
Absolutely. They build backyard escapes, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, the kind of place everyone actually wants to hang out.
And now's the perfect time to plan. Don't wait until summer hits. Start now, get it designed right, and be ready when the warm weather shows up.
Merrimack Pools and Outdoors walks you through the whole process, from design to construction, and they do it the right way.
So if your New Year's goal is fewer trips, fewer crowds, and more memories at home, go to SplashSTL.com.
That's SplashSTL.com. and make this year the year your backyard finally wins. That's SplashSTL.com. Introducing the Key STL Burger Bar and Boogie, your new home in the Grand Center Arts District. The Key STL is where the music plays, the game is always on, and the dance floor is open. The Burger Bar features the ultimate smash burger experience with premium pasture-raised local beef and a dozen house-made sauces to top it all off. It's the Key STL Burger Bar and Boogie, 3225 Olive in Midtown. Before, during, or after any game, this is the spot, St. Louis. Find out more at thekeystl.com.
The Lou Information Station presents Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Janssen and Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
Yeah, baby, let's go. 9:05 on a Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. Cold, windy Wednesday. We got Josh Schertz coming up in about 10 minutes. And
Big boy pants
on. Don't screw up. Don't
embarrass Rock. Embarrass Rock.
I've met him before, so that helps.
Why?
And he was a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't like Ollie, I haven't met yet, I don't think. So I wasn't really comfortable with him. But once you meet somebody, like I feel way more comfortable, unless it's Lou. Oh God.
Yeah, but
that was the hardest thing.
Ollie's a fellow.
He's cool though.
Hat backwards guy.
Yes. Like I'm like I get you. You know, I get you. Seem down to earth. You know,
we're not doing, by the way,
what
our challenge thing, your challenge thing this week, right? We're getting back to it next week.
Next week, yeah. Go karts. Yep. This week just is terrible.
I like when Cam's like, can't do it.
Well, what do you want me to say?
I like it.
I can't.
He's busy.
I can't this week.
My thing is with something like that, you, Adams, people have other things to do. We got to, as a group, figure out the best day.
Yes. Hey, by the way, next Thursday, we're going to be at the Key, the STL Burger Bar and Boogie from 6 to 8. We're going to do a live show there. Us, Matt Adams. We're gonna have a party. That place is awesome. You gotta check it out. Hey, it's your new home in Grand Central Arts District, the Key STL, where the music plays, the game is always on, and the dance floor is open. The Burger Bar features the ultimate smash burger experience with premium pasture-raised local beef and a dozen house-made sauces to top it all off. God, I'm starving again. God, and we can't wait for you to try it and hang out with us when we do our show live the night of Thursday, January 22nd. From 6 to 8, make your plans now to join us at the Key on the 22nd. You have to see this place, and you have to try the food. It's the Key STL Burger Bar and Boogie, 3225 Olive in Midtown, before, during, or after any game. This is the spot, St. Louis. Find out more at thekeystl.com.
Please join us. Food is great.
Yeah,
we'll have
damn
some
good.
fun.
Yeah.
And I just want to plant this little bug. We're going to be unveiling a nice prize pack.
Yes.
Available for you showing up and supporting the show and enjoying some of the best smash burgers you're ever going to taste. I looked at the menu. They got like 10 different types of smash burgers. I'm going to try 3.
You can look in there and watch them cook it.
And you know, I'm going to try 3. I'm going to sign Dave Green's name on the bill.
The Dave. Let's see. Rock, you said you knew how to dance, didn't you?
I enjoy dancing very much so. I love dancing, man. It's one of the best.
Are you going to dance at this outing?
I mean, I'll probably be working, so no.
I'll tell you.
After?
I'll tell you, if you're a dude, okay, and you go to the dance floor and you start grinding it and know what you're doing, that women like it. They like it.
What are you talking about?
I've never had an issue.
If you had a little bit of rhythm and you go to a club, I had none, and it hurt you. Okay. If you have you could look the way you want to look. If you have any rhythm, you will attract women at that age group, 100%.
Okay.
You go to a dance. You dance at a wedding. Everybody's looking at you like you are a stud
every time.
Telling you.
You were.
I love weddings. That's
you
why.
were an NHL player in remarkable shape. You didn't have to dance good for women to eye you. Please.
No, but depending on where you're at, your communication is dancing. Some of those hardcore clubs that I used to go to back in the day, it's like, Kyle, where do you? What high school hot dragon breath in their face after crushing Red Bull vodkas. Now I hurt my game a little bit. Okay, I'm like dancing like this. Hey, no idea what I'm doing. It hurt my game. So I like to go to lounges where you could sit and talk and stuff like that.
Dance like no one's watching.
These guys would go up there and have rhythm. And all the girls were all over them. You know.
So you
can't dance.
You didn't have girls all over you.
No,
I think that's a lie.
No.
The big thing you got to think about is you got to move below the waist,
like this,
probably more than you think you have to. Most people do a lot of above the waist movements. You're
Caucasian.
You got to
it's strictly above.
You got to get something going below as more. It's like when I probably should talk a lot slower. When I talk the speed that I should talk, like I am right now,
there you go.
I sound like I'm walking through molasses. And if I had to do this throughout my entire day, I'd blow my brains out.
I know what you're saying.
So the point is that whatever you think you have to do below the waist, got to do it a little.
Say this
move
right.
the feet a little
I
bit.
want that on video. I want that on
I
video.
remember
Move the feet a little bit.
thinking that you have rhythm when your mind's right, and I could only imagine somebody would take like a video and you see how you're dancing, and you look so effing stupid.
You can't worry about that, Cam.
So stupid.
Yeah, you can't worry about that.
So stupid.
Why are you worrying about that?
You know another cool thing to do is
Why are you thinking about that?
which is a stud move. Walk into like a Ritz-Carlton in Boston, and one of the tall, young Swedish guys goes right to the piano and goes.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah. I do not have. I wish I had that.
And
arrow in
everybody's
my
like,
bag.
What? Pretty cool. And when girls dance well, that's sexy too.
I didn't learn
He
how
knows
to play.
dance.
I didn't learn how to play cool instruments. You can just walk in and play like that.
That's a piano. It's awesome.
I taught myself how to play the piano, but not like well.
Play the guitar.
Can I throw this
God,
out
I
there?
to play guitar, drums.
Get out of
God,
here.
dang it.
If you're with a girl and she wants to dance and you kind of have to go along with it.
Hey,
no, can I say this? Less is more.
There you
Okay?
go. There
Just
you
my
go.
advice. Dance, but don't overdo it.
It's like that scene from
Okay?
Pitch right now.
It's almost like
this is where you live. This is where
Yeah,
you live.
that's right.
Right
Hey.
here. This is where you live.
Hey,
no, but you don't have to say hey. You don't have to snap. Just move with the girl.
Hey.
Act like you understand.
Oh,
be confident. Act like you don't.
Be confident.
You don't have to be a great dancer.
I'm shocked that Jim has
Be
the most boring,
confident.
sad sack
Be confident. Like
post
no,
answer
I
to
can't-
this
I
problem.
can't
I'm
be
shocked,
confident.
Jim. I'm shocked that that's your take.
The more confident I am,
couldn't
the better, the
believe
worse
this.
I look.
I went
Can't
to
believe it.
Geneseo State, and there's a rule.
Man,
It was like a guideline. If you wanted to seal the deal, as it were, you'd have to dance.
I know. I know.
So do it with confidence.
Welcome to human.
Don't
we know.
Don't
Welcome
be.
to human
I brought this whole.
This is
Right.
what.
So what I'm
Jimmy,
saying is, you don't have to overdo it.
Welcome to human
Be
culture for 5,000
confident.
years. Like Jimmy, you think you're special?
No, I'm
Good
just
Lord,
telling you.
come on.
You
The
have to
reason
do
why
it.
I had to get
Do
confident.
it from confidence and
Makes-
don't overdo it.
That's it. That's good advice. That's good. Don't overdo it. But you have to find a little bit of rhythm if you're in these particular situations, or you're the guy just sitting in the chair doing nothing while everybody's having a good time on the dance floor. Man, I made a fool out of
Feel
myself.
the music and understand. You just have to be you. Don't overdo it. You're gonna look worse if you try too hard.
You know, Rubber sent me.
Yeah,
Jeff Wright. He used to be our massage guy.
wonderful.
He used to party with us. He sent me a picture of me and Osh the other day, and we're dancing, and just
Ooh,
I gotta
wish
show you.
could've seen this.
I'm like this. Hey, and I'm like,
I'm
I
okay
know
with that.
No, no.
I like this.
I just looked.
It's a lot of movement.
I look at him like,
Good for you, Cam.
oh my
No.
god.
Good for you, Cam.
Oh
What are you-
my god.
What are you dancing to? Carl Douglas
I
kung
don't
fu
know
fighting?
what I was
Okay.
doing.
Don't listen to.
I swear
do
to
not,
God.
Do not listen to the square.
We dance all the time.
Rock called me a square. Like, no offense. Like,
so funny.
dude, you're a nerd. You're calling me a square.
Yeah, but
I'm an
not
old.
I'm not the one
There's
who's
no
telling
question.
people don't live your life. Don't have fun. Don't.
I didn't say
don't
that.
step out on the ledge.
Well, that's
and,
not what I
actually- and
said.
live life for
No,
once,
I'm
Cameron.
saying you
We
don't-
got Josh Schertz coming on. We can't get into a fight.
You don't have to.
Okay with
you
this.
don't have to be something that's not you. Be you.
That's
Feel
right.
the music.
That's
be
it.
confident.
Feel.
Do you have
You're
rhythm?
gonna look
Do you have
worse.
rhythm? Can you
Feel.
stay on beat? Is that an issue for you?
I haven't done it in a while.
Okay.
I haven't
Do
done
that
it
move
in
again.
Didn't
Do
you
that
say-
move
hey,
again.
didn't you
yeah,
say we're-
yes, it is. I can stay on beat, sway the music,
gotta get
move,
shirts on.
move a little
Oh
bit.
God. Ay, ay, ay. Embarrassing.
I don't
Dragon
think it's
breath.
embarrassing, Cam.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Hey,
That's what you look like.
I'm proud of you.
Oh, man.
Cam, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You have a big interview here.
Okay. Here we go.
Don't be nervous.
Tighten it up. Tighten it up. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Good. He can't see us. All right. We're good with that. Do Josh Schertz. Don't try to screw me up. Don't do it. Don't.
Trust your stuff.
Don't.
Like when you're on the dance floor.
Be confident. Stupid. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, sometimes you can't force the confidence in people. You gotta earn confidence with yourself.
No, Cam, everything you've been through to get to this point in life, you are a confident guy. I'm gonna be a hype guy. You got this. All right, Cam, don't be nervous. You got this. You got this.
All righty.
We're a little nervous, Cam. You got this.
I thank you very much. These guys are giving me some a hard time because I'm going to lead you in. We got St. Louis Billikens head coach Josh Schertz coming on. How you doing, Josh?
Doing great. How are you?
We're doing well here, man. I tell you what, you cruising around St. Louis, there's a lot of buzz about the Billikens. I know there's a lot of games left, but that's got to be a good feeling.
No, it's great. I mean, we all know what a incredible sports town, St. Louis is. And I think I posted last year, I went to my first hockey game I'd always wanted to go. And the first game I went to was game 6 in the playoffs. Ooh. And we're, at the Enterprise Center. And, I posted a video from in there, just the atmosphere, how crazy it was, the fans, but, whether it's Cardinals, Blues, City, you got a great sports base here. If you win and you entertain, they're going to come out. And so it's exciting to see us, hopefully get that same bump that, all the other programs here in the city get.
Coach, I don't know if you were able to figure this out, but we're kind of an awful show. And one of the things that we've talked about, because Matt Rocchio is a guy who's at Billikens games, and it's sort of an in-house thing that we have to straighten out with you. But it is Rocchio, and we've been sent from our sources because we have tentacles all over the city of St. Louis.
Yes, we do.
That you've been on other stations or sometimes in front of a microphone where you call him Rocchio, and it's hurt his feelings, and he's already sort of a mentally weak guy. And I just wanted you to know, where did Rocchio come from, and can you straighten that out for us?
I'm going to put that on. I'll blame it on Timmerman and Durando. That's who I'll blame it on. I'll blame it on those guys for mispronouncing his name. No, I if I've said that, that's I have my last name mispronounced all the time, so I'll go with that, and I'll just take it as I'll take it the L on the chin and say that I got it now. So I'll make sure moving forward.
I wanted to ask you about your ball club because it's fun to watch. Your team comes at opponents in waves, and they're getting 6 3-pointers a game, 38% from beyond the arc as a team. That's unbelievable. Also, defensively, you guys wear out other teams. So from your position as a coach, is it easier to manage a roster that you're going with 8, 9 guys and just throwing a bunch of guys in there, or is it easier? How do you manage that?
I've never had this many. I always would have said previously, it's easier to have about 7. It makes substitutions easier. Guys can play longer. They can get into a better rhythm. They're not looking over their shoulder. But this has been great. And it's my first time going through it. We kind of thought in the summer that we could have a team like this where it might be 9, 10 deep, and we'd be able to kind of throw guys at you, try to wear opponents down, get in their legs in the second half, and really play faster. We've always played fast, but even faster than we had previously. And the biggest thing that makes it work, and it's probably the hardest piece, is you need guys willing to sacrifice. Because while we are rolling 9 guys out there and we're playing and subbing, guys are giving up minutes and they're giving up shots. And if you look at our statistical stuff, we don't have anybody in the top 25 in the Atlantic 10 in minutes played. Even Robbie Avila, who's, preseason, player of the year in the league, he's playing, less minutes. He averaged, almost 18 a game last year. He's averaging right around 12 and a half, 13 a game this year, even though he's scoring more points per 40 minutes than he did last year. So, less it has to be more. You got to have guys that have the type of team orientation, that care about team success, that are willing to give that up. And as you guys know, in this climate nowadays with portal and NIL and all these different things, not as easy to get guys to commit, invest in team, and put team above self. But these guys have done it, to this point.
obviously, Josh, for years, the casual fan has known the name in your teams for offense, but this year, defense has been the calling card of this team. And obviously, the defense feeds the offense when you create turnovers and things like that. But when did you really feel like that was going to be the better part of this team? When you added guys like Deion Brown and Q, was that an expectation for you in the preseason, or has the defense surprised you a little bit?
We thought we'd be dramatically improved. I mean, I think if you go back, offense always gets a lot of the headlines. Even like this year's team, if you ask people, they would say, the casual fans, not you, Matthew. I know that's not the case, but casual fans would say, they're a bad defensive team and they're a great offensive team because they just look at points per game, right? And that's the metric that people use. But I thought last year, we were fourth in the A10 in defense efficiency. We were sixth in offense efficiency. We turned the ball over too much. But we thought, last year we didn't have the personnel or the depth to be a great defensive team. We couldn't foul. We couldn't pressure. We weren't very long and athletic. We really tried to address it in this recruiting class. And that was to get, more positional size, to get guys we felt like could be better at the point of attack, and then to ramp up our depth. So we had more versatility. We could throw different type of lineups at you. We can switch a lot more this year. We couldn't switch last year. My team at Indiana State in 23-24 was, number one in the Missouri Valley in defensive efficiency. That team had good defensive versatility, but not nearly as much as this team does. So we felt like, it was something we really tried to. Going through the league, I thought last year was eye-opening. For me, coming from the Missouri Valley, was how athletic the league was, this positional size inside the league. And it was something that we felt like we were, when we lost at Arkansas State, I talked about in that post-game press conference, having to being an eye-opening season and having to, renovate what we were doing and change the roster. And that was a huge point of emphasis as we went into the spring last year, was to get more athletic, get more size, and have more versatility on both ends of the floor.
Josh Schertz, kind enough to join us on Hot Take Central. We're trying not to embarrass ourselves. Talk about a guy who's athletic. Kellen Thames, great story. A lot of guys are starting to know who he is, casual fans around St. Louis. 6'5", plays above the rim. He only happens to have a field goal percentage of 73%. And we're seeing the highlight clips on ESPN from what this kid can do. He's a remarkable player. Can you tell us what you have in Thames?
Yeah, coming in last year, in the summer, I thought he had a chance to be, an all-league player for us. It was you go through the first 4 games last year, people forget because, he did try to play through some stuff, really wasn't able to, but first 4 games last year, he was averaging basically 15 points and 8 rebounds a game for us and playing 30 minutes a night. Kellen, walking the door is awesome. He's a great athlete. He's got unbelievable instincts. He's a great cutter. He was, when we got the job, he was a guy that we felt like was a perfect system fit, just watching film, what he could do, how it could translate to how we wanted to play. And then, you get around him and he's an unbelievable kid. He's a walking highlight. He had a really tough year last year. That whole deal he went through, a lot of stuff behind the scenes that, you can't even imagine. And for him to have the success he's having, to be on a team like this, and then for him to have the impact he's having, is really, everybody, a lot of guys deserve success, but man, like that kid, for who he is, how he works, the kind of teammate he is, the personality, the energy he brings. And then, as you said, every game, and a lot of times more than once a game, he does something that should be a Sports Center top 10 play, but it's every game he does something that takes your breath away. And, it's special. And then him being a local guy, St. Louis, and man, it makes it even more special, but he's a huge piece of what we're doing. And we're going to need him here, in this back half of the season to kind of accomplish what we're hoping to.
When you have special athletes like Kellen Thames, Amari McCautry, how much do these guys, open up your playbook? How much do they change what you can do, not just offensively, but you also talked about the switching on defense and things like that. It just seems like for your coaching staff, it's kind of like just candy having these players, these kind of athletes. You can do all these different things.
No question. Those guys, you mentioned Amari and then Kellen and like Swiss Army knives, they give you so much versatility. You always want to, as a coach, have as many tools as possible in the toolbox, because the opponents always present challenges that you have to, that you have to be able to react to, and the game requires different solutions. So, you play a team tonight in Fordham who's got, 6'11", 6'10", 6'9", they're starting five, and, they lead the league by a pretty good margin in offensive rebounding and offensive rebounding percentage, and you need certain tools in the toolbox. Other teams play small, and, but when you have guys like Kellen, like Amari, that are 6'6", that can handle the ball, that can play ball in hand, that can play without the ball, that can rebound, that can defend so many different positions. Amari can convert 1 through 5, Kellen 1 through 4, Paul Otieno 1 through 5. It gives you incredible versatility and gives you a chance, at least as a coach, to try to answer the questions the game's asking. And so those guys, we call them swings, the guys that are in that, basically are small forwards, if you look at like positionally, but that can guard, at least 2 through 4, and those guys, 1 and up. Those guys are incredibly valuable. It's like a Jason Tatum is that in the NBA, a Jaylen Brown, a lot of these guys, these small forwards that can really guard every position. I don't know that there's a more valuable piece in basketball than those type of players.
You mentioned the matchup tonight, 7 p.m. at Schertz Arena. You guys take on conference rivals Fordham. Also, people, if you want to get tickets, you can get them at Billikens.com. You can get single games tickets. They also have a 5-pack that begins with that incredible match against Dayton on January 30th. Fordham coming off a big win against the Bonnies. What popped out from the tape in that win for them against the Bonnies that you got to watch for tonight?
Yeah, really good team. They have an identity. They're well coached. They're huge. They're probably the biggest team in the league. Like I said, they'll start 6'11", 6'10", 6'9". They have the leading rebounder in the league. They have the leading scorer in the league, and they got a guy who leads the league in assists. So you look at the main categories. Reeves leads the league in scoring. Henry leads the league in assists, and the big kid Schulte inside leads the league in rebounding. So they're both bigs, average a double-double. They're the opposite of us. They play at the slowest tempo in the league. They're the biggest team in the league, and and I think it's one of those deals where it'll be certainly a contrast and who can kind of impose their will on the other in terms of style of play. We got to get the game going. They're going to want to really slow it down and grind it out. But a really challenging team. They're very well coached, got really good players, and it'll be a great opportunity for us tonight to test ourselves. But hopefully, obviously, fans will be out, and those guys have been our crowds have gotten better and better. And I think when you have that at Schertz, I've been to a lot of different places. I've said this before, playing at VCU a couple times, Dayton now. When Schertz is rocking, I think it's the best environment in the Atlantic 10, and hope to see that tonight.
Run those big guys, and then in the second half, they won't be able to get up and down the court. I wanted to ask you about this because you look at SLU's numbers, right? I mean, you guys are in the top 25 in a number of different categories, starting to climb the rankings a little bit, not, in the top 20, top 25 yet. Do you feel, and we're still early in the season, but you guys are unbeaten, conference play off to a great start. If you're the SLU Billikens, do you have to do a little bit more to get the attention maybe that some other programs might be getting with the kind of start you guys are off to?
Yeah, I think that's normal. I think, attention's always, focused up at the Power 5, and then it kind of moves down as you go. I mean, it's just the way it works. I think that's natural. And it's nothing, that you can control. I think you go out and you try to, play great basketball, and win as many games as you can, prepare as well as you can, continue to get better. And, all those things are a byproduct of winning. Everything is downstream of team success. All the honors, accolades, the attention, everything that you're looking for is always downstream of team success. So, that's where our focus is. But, we've, you look at it before the season, I don't think we were really, huge on the radar, and it'd be great to get nationally ranked. I think we were 26th this week, right outside the top 25, the first team out. And if, if it happens, that's great. It's a great opportunity and for our university and notoriety, and it puts you in the spotlight, and there's a lot of benefit to that for our program, but it doesn't change the way we operate. Our whole deal is we just got to keep focused on, trying to get better, our journey, continuing to improve and get ready to meet the challenges, because this league is really hard, and every team presents a difficult challenge, and we have 15 more of them in the regular season plus the postseason. So as much as it's been a journey, hopefully we still have 60% or more of our games ahead of us, and not behind us. So the vast majority of our work's in front of us, and we just got to keep getting better, keep our head down, and the rest will take care of itself.
Josh, we appreciate you coming on. Good luck tonight. Good luck the rest of the way. We'll all be watching.
And it's Rockio.
Oh, God, you guys are the worst.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much. And appreciate you, Rockio.
Thanks, Josh.
We got it.
Thank you, Josh.
Thanks, Coach.
Talk about your last name from now on.
There you go. Perfect.
Right
Thank you, Coach.
Right on.
Guys go.
All right, my first question. Did we embarrass you, Rock? Or
Are you
were we
good?
okay?
No,
You all good?
you guys handled
That
it
was
fine.
good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fine. Yes, and we had Degenerate Womback who was asking. Yes, they addressed the Rokio thing right out of the gate.
Can I give you guys a compliment? You guys are really good at asking questions. Man, you are. I don't know. I mean, well, you've been in the game 50 years. He should be good, but I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know.
I gotta shorten my questions. I did a good job today.
Yeah, because sometimes
I get a little bit.
I get into that too a little bit.
Keep on going.
Or you ask two questions in
yeah,
one.
Or I re-ask.
Andy does that too.
I re-ask it in the question, which is the worst one.
Yep.
But no, I thought that was fascinating, and I just wanted to give kind of people the lay of the land who maybe haven't dove in, just because you've probably heard about Schertz, you've probably seen the numbers, and it's just the scoring numbers aren't the essence of this team. Their defense is absolutely incredible, and I think tonight's going to be a really fun game against Fordham because, to your point, the contrast of styles is going to be fascinating because the Billikens' ability just to play 5 out, all 5 players out on the perimeter outside the 3-point line, and drag those big men out there and get in behind them. They also, I don't think they've lost a rebounding battle this season yet. They've been tied a couple times, so it'll be fascinating to see if can they continue to crash the boards behind the big guys that they draw out, or will by just pure force do they eventually kind of beat them up there.
We talked about this before. That was my concern about SLU, is that when they start playing teams that have skilled big men and maybe more than one, if that could be an Achilles heel. I know the last game they faced a big guy who was able to run the floor a little bit,
but he couldn't shoot. And if you saw it, Robbie would just stand, like Robbie being able to just to stand in the paint while a big man is on the perimeter. It just clogged up the paint so much, and it took SLU's defense. It gave him a little cheat code. If you can't shoot over Robbie, or if you don't have enough big men who can drive past him and he can just sag off you, it completely changes how they play defense. He can just sit off you, and it adds a little bit of the cheat code to the SLU defense.
And so I like Avila a lot. You know that I like him.
Of course.
But defensively, I wonder, can he guard if there's a couple of skilled big men with post games? If that's the Achilles heel, we'll get that answer.
Well, the numbers will tell you he's gotten a lot better over the last 5 or 6 games.
I don't think they've
rim protection
played
numbers
that though of guys with a lot. I'm talking about guys, and I don't know who's in the A-10 in terms of big men that they'll try to attack you in the paint, right? I don't think they've played a lot of teams like that.
They played Bello on him. VCU did, and he's like 6'8", 220 pounds, and he took him to the rack 7 or 8 times, and he went 1 for 7 from the field. Robbie had a really good game guarding the rim, and again, he's not leaving his feet and blocking a lot of shots, but stays in position, comes off 2 feet, goes straight up. Foul calls against him, affects the shot a little bit, and usually there's somebody like Hugh or Deion Brown is in there tagging, swiping at the ball already. So it's a cumulative effort, and the bottom line is they are a very good defensive team. And a game like tonight against a big team that wants to slow them down, if they can force turnovers, it doesn't matter how slow Fordham wants to play. SLU will play fast.
I think they'll control the tempo.
It's hard too if you don't turn it over.
Yeah, I think the Bills. A guy who I wanted to ask Coach about, we kind of ran out of time, is Brady Dunlap, who I love his stroke.
His last few games have been incredible.
He's emerging.
He's the guy. I almost asked about him too.
But I remember seeing him early in the season, and he wasn't getting as many minutes.
Nope.
What I like about that kid is he's squared up and ready to shoot, and that he has a quick release. And I just think he's a St. John's transfer. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
I really think that this guy will get better and better as the season goes on. What do you think they and granted they're playing a lot of guys. But
I'm going to be actually hopefully later today dropping a video on my Twitter with some highlights and plays from Brady Dunlap in the last 2 games against VCU, where he went 0 for 2 from deep and only had 2 points, but he had a really good floor game. And then he obviously had his second really big game as a Billiken against LaSalle. And it's just he always knows when to cut smart, whether it's a backdoor cut on the baseline or he's cutting from the slot on those 45 degree cuts. He always is cutting smart. Like you said, he's sprinting around these off-ball screens, catching it and slowing his body down, elevating, squaring his shoulders, and getting the shot off. He's the second best player on the team at doing that, only because Ishan Sharma will literally shoot a three from a full sprint to a full stop, and it's incredible what he can do, and the way he stops his lower body in midair. It's an unbelievably athletic thing to do. Brady's just below Ishan Sharma in that thing, but we're also seeing the floor game again from Brady. I mean, he ran a pick and roll, like they ran him off a side out of bounds play, inbounded it, put it into action where Brady was coming from the corner over an off-ball screen, catches it, could have pulled up and shot from 23 feet. Honestly, would have been a better shot than a couple ones he had taken that game with how close the defender was. But he doesn't shoot it, puts it on the floor, goes into a secondary pick and roll action with Paulo Tieno, one of the big guys, and puts a beautiful overhead pass right into him for the dunk. So to have a 6'7" guy who you're thinking when he's coming in, as long as he shoots threes, I'm fine. If I get a little defense from him because he's long, that's plus. And to have him in the third conference game of the season, to have him then reject a three-point shot and go into a pick and roll and successfully connect for a dunk with Otero, who also had improved his play over the last week, that little play right there to me was such a microcosm of what Schertz was talking about when we talked about the depth as well, which is they now can play 9 deep because the 7, 8, and 9 guys, and really the 8 and 9 guys, Otieno and Brady, have elevated their game so much in the last 2 weeks that he has to play them 15 to 20 minutes because they're connecting on plays like that. So Dunlap, it's not just the shot. That's always going to be there. It's that he's playing defense. He's being a distributor on offense. He's cutting when he needs to. He's doing all the little things around just being a good shooter that take you from being a good shooter to being a great player. And also, therefore, make you a better shooter because going on those cuts, being a guy who might hit a 45-degree cut on the backside sometimes, the defender's got to stay closer to him. The guy has to stay closer to him, which means, and has to keep their eyes on him, which means his gravity can now affect other parts of the play. If he moves and makes one of these cuts that moves a defender, well, then another guy can rise up from the corner, and he might be even more open for a three than he would have been a week ago running the exact same set because Brady has now trained the defense to say they have to watch me on this stuff. That's the little things that have taken the Billikens from being a good team to a potentially great team.
Moving without the ball, the result is 10.6 made three-pointers a game, which puts you in the upper echelon in all of college basketball, while at the same time, as a team, you're hitting over 38% of your threes. That also puts you in the upper echelon. That's moving without the ball. That makes them dangerous. And if you're defending the Billikens, pack a lunch because it ain't easy because they're constantly moving, constantly running. And if you rest, they're going to knock down a three.
Gino's chirping me. He goes, Cam introduced him and then ended the interview. Nice job. The real Bob Costas. What an ass.
Nothing wrong with that.
Thank you. Sometimes you got to sit him out, baby. Although I was going to ask him how many times a season his voice goes out.
Get the heck out of here. There's a little Ken Rosenthal with a little breaking news.
What's going on?
Topic. Ken Rosenthal saying the Padres were one of the teams that pushed hardest for Nolan Arenado with a plan to move him to first base.
I think that's a waste.
Yeah.
People were saying, too, like, he could play first. Well, the Cardinals have guys who can play first. I mean,
well,
they have
one guy.
They have a guy who's perfect for that right now in Burleson. Who else? I mean,
have any of the catchers played any first base? Because that's always your next go-to is what catcher can play first base. It would make sense to get Jimmy
Wilson,
Crooks sometime there or
Paez
or Bernal.
I'm telling you what, like Contreras went to first, and I was like, we'll see, because Goldie was there.
Yeah.
Gold Glove every year or for many years. And I was like, Contreras ain't going to be good. And he was great. So my guess is, as a catcher, you're ready to go at first base. But if you're going to bring Arenado in, look, I don't know what the metrics are in his defense, but I watched every game pretty much. That guy played some really good defense last year, and I thought it was sort of a reemergence for him defensively.
Samuel Howe makes a good point. Pies plays second base, Chief.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
Our bad. Our bad.
I mean, the Cardinals have 17 catchers.
Yes.
They have, of their prospects, 3 of their top 6 are catchers.
And that's why I honestly think like Crooks or Bernal, they got to play some first base at this point in some year. Like, why not?
Wow.
It makes sense. How you doing, Cam? You feeling good, buddy?
They said I'm very fidgety. I go, that's the coffee, baby. I had to drink a lot of coffee this morning.
You had a late night, right?
2 late nights in a row.
Do you have to stay for the third period?
You're fine, Cam.
Anymore or no?
Sometime I had to get there really early, do other things. But yeah, all right. Let me tell you about Merrimack Pools and Outdoors. You guys got to check these guys out. I honestly do look at my backyard. I'm like, can't I just be better on radio, make more money, be able to take that backyard and transform it into a backyard paradise? It's flat. It's perfect. It's perfect. I'm dreaming of it. Like
working with better partners.
Yes.
Making more money.
Oh, man. I look at this. Even like today, the barbecue outside, it's not that my dad just texted and he's like, no, I'm at Al Foster Trail walking the dog. It's a little windy, but it ain't that. It's not that cold. Going to get a little cold, but I don't care. I'll put a fire on out there and then cook, have everything set up, be outside, put a TV up.
You deserve it.
God dang. Or a pool. I'm jealous of my neighbor. He put a badass pool and didn't even take that long. Wasn't even that big of a process. Wasn't that even that big of a I'm like, how the hell are they going to do this? They put it in a thing, take it over the house, boom, set it right in there.
Let me tell you something. Sometimes it is a process. That's why you need the right
You need
company.
the best guy. You need Merrimack Pools and Outdoors. You got to check them out. Listen, get the process started today with a free consultation. Go to splashstl.com. That's splashstl.com. We're going to go to break. Don't go anywhere. This is Hot Take Central 2.0.
St. Louis, meet your new daily companion, the Lou Information Station app. Listen live anywhere, anytime with one click. Dive into live or on-demand content. It's the fastest way to stay connected to the conversations that matter in the Lou. Just search Lou Information Station in the App Store or Google Play and download it free today. The Lou Information Station app. Crystal clear St. Louis talk 24/7.
St. Louis sports fans, Sports Central Insiders. Get exclusive access to Bernie Miklasz, Randy Carricker, Mike Claiborne, Jamal Mayers, and more. Plus, your chance to watch a Blues game in the alumni box with Jamal himself. Also, monthly giveaways, Bernie's columns all week, and you'll be supporting local sports media. Join now at stlsportscentral.com.
When you buy a hot tub, you want more than bubbles. You want value that lasts. At St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse, their low overhead means premium American-made products priced better than the competition and the best price guarantee in town. They'll beat any local dealer on a comparable model. With over 38 years in business and 400-plus five-star reviews, you can trust they'll be there to service your spa long after the sale. St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse. Highest quality, best price. Visit besthot-tubprices.com today.
LouInfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. GetBC.com.
Your LouInfo.com news report. The St. Louis City Justice Center has new leadership. Commissioner Nate Hayward, who took over last fall after decades in the county system, is working to shift the jail's culture. One of his most notable moves was hiring former Oversight Board Chair Daryl Gray as that facility's first chaplain in years to help with care and accountability. A woman is dead following a shooting in unincorporated North St. Louis County. Police responded Monday night to the 3700 block of Ave de Paris Avenue, where they found a woman suffering from a gunshot wound. She was pronounced dead at the scene. The homicide investigation is ongoing with tips to Crime Stoppers. GameStop is continuing to close stores nationwide, including 5 in the St. Louis area. 3 have already shut down, and 2 more are set to close today, according to the company's store locator. GameStop said the closures are part of an ongoing review of store performance and market conditions. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com and the free Lou Info app, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. We've got a chance of some snow flurries for a while, but they'll be tapering off toward afternoon. We have that cold front moving through, temperatures dropping into the low 30s by later on today. Wind gusting at 30 miles an hour. Breezy, 20, and clear for the overnight hours. Sunny and mid-30s on Thursday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at LouInfo.com and the free Lou Info app.
Joined now by the boss, Dave Green. Dave, we're building something pretty special here, but running a growing media company takes more than great content. Tell us why you chose Home Bank for your business banking.
For us, it's all about relationships. With Home Bank, we're not just an account number. We know the people there, and they know us, our goals, and where we're headed. That personal connection makes all the difference.
Greener, when you say relationships, what does that really look like?
They not only know my name, Cam, they know our business. And when I need something, whether it's a phone call or a text, weekday or weekend, morning or night, I get a response from someone I know and help with whatever I need.
That's huge. And for a business like ours, you need a bank that can move at the pace you're moving.
Exactly. We're in a fast-changing media world, and Home Bank has been a steady partner through it all.
Home Bank is a team behind our team. Visit myhomebank.bank or call 855-577-2001.
Home Bank, member FDIC, more than a bank, they're your business partner.
At Commercial Technology Solutions, we are all about solutions. We pledge that our sales staff will listen carefully to your needs and propose a solution customized to your business. Support are second to none. When you establish your relationship with Commercial Technology Solutions, you can have confidence that your tech needs are in the hands of St. Louis's best. Contact them in Missouri at 314-421-3550, in Illinois 618-452-3550, and online at ctsphone.com.
The Earl Austin Experience with Earl Austin Jr. Saturday mornings from 9 to 11. Brought to you by Fast Track Auto Transport, St. Louis's go-to company for all your vehicle transport needs. Visit ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004. Tune in each week as STL Sports Central, the Lou Information Station, and the Too Many Men on the Mic podcast present the Mid-States Club Hockey Association Game of the Week. Lumber, Vantage Credit Union, Chicken and Pickle, and by the Watson Private Wealth Group at Stiefel. Back to more of Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Janssen and Jimmy the Cat Hayes on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Yeah, baby, let's go. 9:36 in Kirkland, Missouri. Beautiful day outside. Hot Take Central 2.0, Cam Janssen, Jimmy the Cat Hayes, Matthew Rocchio. We cleared that up with Josh Schertz. At 9:15, you guys want to go back and check out that interview. I asked some pretty good questions. Jimmy was okay in it. Rock was pretty dang good. So overall, good interview with Josh Schertz. Check that bad boy out. Somebody says that they want to know if there's a monkey update anywhere.
So STL Monkey Watch, hashtag, all right? That's how we stay connected as a community, because there is a threat out there. I saw last night on the news that authorities, animal control, has confirmed that there has been a police officer saw one monkey on the loose. There's upwards of 4 on the loose that witnesses have seen. And here's the thing.
What if it's just the same monkey?
No, because they've said they've seen a number of them. And there's a lot of Photoshop, great Photoshop out there. But my thing is, I'm just worried about the community. Some people said with my work on Twitter with the STL Monkey Watch, I should get an award. I'm not in it for the
No,
award.
you're not.
I'm in it
Never
for protecting the community.
Yep.
And here's the thing. They're little, but they're in a strange environment, and they get cornered accidentally. They could hurt somebody. They could hurt a pet.
They could kill your cat. They could kill your little doggy.
Yeah.
They could take your children if there's a bunch of them and draw up
They
them
could
off.
have a transmittable disease.
They could monkeypox.
Be safe out there.
They still got teeth.
Be safe.
They still got teeth. Holy cow!
National news, by the way.
No, I know.
All over
Barstool picked
national
it up.
news.
Oh yeah, Barstool picked it up.
No, I mean network news. Network.
It's unbelievable.
We're literally committing war crimes, and somehow that's national news.
Oh,
DOJ's got Nazi slogans, but hey, let's talk about monkeys.
What do you mean Nazi slogans?
One of us, all of yours. America is for Americans. Directly Nazi Germany slogans.
I didn't know that. And my family was
That should scare you.
Chased out of Europe
you
by the
scared?
Nazis. They were chased out.
Yeah, I know.
Legally immigrated to
I didn't
this
say they were Nazis.
country.
I'm saying they're using their slogans.
Oh.
I'm
why they
saying
would do that.
I'm just saying a factual statement.
And crime down in St. Louis. So tip of the cap. I happen to think
Crime up in Kansas City. Suck it.
I think they don't have a monkey outbreak.
Exactly.
I think criminals are afraid of monkeys.
Of course.
So they're indoors, not committing crime. So there is a bright side to the monkeys.
Samuel House says monkeys and Monsanto, not a good mix. As someone whose brother works for Monsanto, I dare you to name one negative thing that company has ever done. What are you talking about?
Oh, Monsanto.
They feed people.
Oh, man.
Good seeds.
Yes. Monsanto. They a sponsor? It could be.
Or else we'll let them have it.
Well, technically, our sponsor would be Bayer.
Bayer, yeah.
Name me one lawsuit about some fraudulent claim they've been making for 100 years. What has Bayer ever done?
We could. Called extortion.
Mm-hmm.
We won't.
You know, Cam, when I saw who was on the lineup for the Blues last night, I thought that the Blues would have a real tough time versus the high-flying Canes. Well, the Blues played probably their best defensive game all season. Credit to several of the young guns. Also, I saw your presentation at the award ceremony. You really could be a stand-up comedian.
I'm sorry. Do not a lot of NHL teams have guys with one career goal on their top line? Is that not something that a lot of NHL teams have?
No.
Generally speaking. So.
Yeah. They look good last night, the young kids. Even Snuggie, who he's on and off. He controlled the play last night. Dvorsky looked good. They took
you
that
killed
game
Dvorsky a lot.
Because I haven't noticed him. I know.
I'm saying.
I know. And I'm if he's listening right now, I haven't noticed it. You got to do something. Don't be Hoffman where you're waiting on the power play for those cookies. No. You better go control that play.
How did Stenberg play on the top line?
Good. He was solid. Solid with the puck. Made plays in the neutral zone. Kept the play alive. With speed, he was good defensively. I don't know.
Lottery mock drafts, lottery projections are starting to come out. Cam,
oh boy, his brother
his baby brother, and his brother's slotting right in at the Blues.
The Blues, I feel like, have had over the years a lot of brothers play.
The NHL is the most.
It's unbelievable.
The NHL is like right alongside like baseball and basketball have a lot, but like the amount of family like connections.
And brought that up. I never really noticed that.
So
but
many, man.
It is.
It's so many.
Do we know why again? Why?
I think it's a very regional sport. So when you get like a family, like when you get I just think it's the regional sport factor.
Okay.
And that's why I think you see so many brothers.
Cavallini brothers, the Plager brothers. I don't know if Stosny's even
the Sutters.
Sutter.
I mean, there's 8 of them. Across the brothers and their sons and the nephews.
Stalls.
The Stalls, another one. The Sedin. I mean, heck, the Sedin twins.
Sedin.
We get literally 2 brothers who go second and third in the draft back to back the same year.
You know who went first that year?
Was that
to the Atlanta Thrashers that set their organization back?
I don't know.
Patrick Stefan.
Patrick Stefan.
Yeah. Patrick Stefan. That could ruin your organization.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned this. Hofer tied for the league lead with 4 shutouts,
baby. Little shout out right there. That? Pretty good. He looked pretty damn solid last night. They slowed that Canes team down, baby. High-powered offense on that Canes team. Shut them right up. Damn good game.
Do you think there was a maybe a lingering effect of the Hall of Fame stuff and everything?
I bet you.
Hope so.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
Because let's face it, they were on the road. So home, I get that, but you have and the players are in attendance and they see this and they're talking about the franchise and the greats. And
Holly's crying up there, and the Blues have a great alumni presence. I mean, one of the best. They do a lot of stuff. We do so much stuff. That's why I'm so busy. There's always something that we do. We're always together, and I think these current guys this is really interesting. And if other guys play on other teams that don't really have that, they look at this what is it? No wonder. These guys are always around. Everybody's good buddies. It's really cool. They do a lot, man. The Blues alumni do a lot.
It's like Cardinal fans. You guys are the best alumni in hockey.
In hockey. The best, yes.
Best alumni
in hockey. Okay. Yeah. One of them.
No, it's true.
I know.
I know that.
I don't know who.
And you look at all these former Blues that chose to live in St. Louis and raise their families here.
Yeah.
Says a lot about the hockey, the love for hockey in this area, and also that it's a good place to live.
A lot of them met girls here and stayed here when they played. Some of them got divorced. No big deal. Some of them got divorced, but they stayed here, and it's just cool. Like, even last night, just like all the Hall of Famers cruising around telling stories. Pretty cool for the young guys to see that. That was nice.
And I talked to many of the alumni, and all of them would agree that as great as St. Louis is, they have better bagels on the East Coast. All of them agree.
So you guys have been doing good today, and now you're poking him. You're poking him. You guys didn't get in one fight today.
Man, we missed the
because the other day I was like,
I
legitimately
did not hear what he just.
You
said.
guys are basketball brings you two together. Do you realize that?
What did he say?
I said I talked to all the alumni that love St. Louis and chose to stay here, and to a man, every one of them says St. Louis is great, but the East Coast has better bagels
and pizza. You
Except
guys had a good show today.
My standing opinion is this: you can be one of the best at something. You can be very good at something, but there's a good chance somebody out there is doing it better. So don't call yourself the best.
Yeah, but it's not just one.
You're the best.
There's always someone better.
My dog's the best.
Down the street in New Jersey, there's another bagel place that's the best.
Exactly.
Because the water or some other.
Goddamn,
I don't know why.
Well, if you can't find a factual
taste
reason,
buds or taste buds,
you say
taste buds or taste
if
buds.
you can't present to me a factual reason, I just think your argument's crap.
I think it's just more of a family-based.
Say that again. You're goddamn right. You sound like Colonel Jessup.
Yeah.
From a few good men.
I didn't say that again. You
I
can't
say
say
it god dang right.
Oh, all right.
I said god dang.
But you sound like Colonel
wait, no,
Jessup.
never mind. Sorry, sorry, it was early. My bad.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We're watching the clock.
I pulled the plug there. I'm sorry. My
He's
bad.
What were you? What were you looking at that you were?
I think it was. I think the movement out there made me think.
Yeah.
You were
No.
late. My bad.
Oh, I thought there was like something breaking.
Oh no. That was my fault. I thought we had to end there. I was just
STL monkey
plug a little bit earlier. Let's get these monkeys caught.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, what's going on here?
Cam, it wasn't too long ago that you and I corralled a cat for a lady. Same thing. We might have to.
My neighbor's
Not
dog.
the same thing.
My neighbor's dog, a puppy German Shepherd, got loose in my neighborhood, which is they could go. You get a scent with all those animals, and you could go forever
and not come back.
You got a lot of things going on out there, and there's a lot of woods. And I took my truck and I went up to the top of the hill, and I'm looking around, and I call his name. He's right out, boom, jumps in the back of the damn truck. I felt
what a week for Cam.
I felt like $1 million when that happened.
You're a hero.
This was a couple years ago, but I
pretend it just did.
Happened a couple days ago. I felt like a superhero when I drove that truck all the way back, and their family's sitting out there. They're all in the golf course. It's getting dark. They're looking for him, calling his name, and I got that son of a bitch in the back. Their eyes lit up.
Missing pets in our
I'm
neighborhood.
Superman.
The whole neighborhood mobilized.
If there's a missing, I go, dude, I help.
Me too.
Help. I do. Can't help myself. I have to do it. All right. Hey, thank you guys. Thanks, Rock, for thank you to Josh Schertz, by the way. Thank you to Jim the Cat Hayes. Thank you to Matthew Rocchio. Thank you to the Dave. Thank you. We'll see all y'all tomorrow. This is Hot Take Central 2.0.
St. Louis sports fans, now you can go deeper with STL Sports Central Insiders.